My husband is gay. My name is Crystal, and I recently found out that my husband, my high school sweetheart, is gay. I'm 34, he's 35. We've been together since freshman year of high school. I was the quiet girl, always in the background. He was goofy, loud, full of energy, the kind of guy who could make anyone laugh. Somehow, we just clicked. We fell in love and stayed together through high school, college, and into adulthood. We built a home. We had 2 beautiful daughters. He was my person, or at least I thought he was. He's still a good father, but no longer a good partner. The change didn't happen overnight. I was 21. He was 22. He slowly became distant. At first, it was small things. The laughter faded. We stopped talking the way we used to. The space between us grew. Then came the intimacy, or rather the lack of it. We used to be close in that way, not just sex. It was connection, warmth, being seen. But then it stopped. No explanation. Just nothing. I'd reach for him. He'd pull away. And when we did have sex, it felt like he wasn't really there. Like he was somewhere else. Like I wasn't enough. I felt invisible in my own marriage. But I didn't ask questions. I made excuses for him. Maybe he's tired, stressed, overwhelmed at work. Then he switched jobs, said the old one was too far, too demanding. I supported him, like I always did. And for a while, he seemed happier. He came home talking about his new job like it was the best part of his life. But when it came to me, to us, silence, distance, emptiness. At one point, I thought maybe he was cheating with a woman. That idea hurt, but it made sense. It was a kind of pain I felt like I could handle. But it wasn't a woman. One night, he told me he was going out with some coworkers. I said okay. I never tried to control him, but something didn't sit right. My gut screamed, so I did something I never thought I'd do. I put a tracker in his car. I called our babysitter, left the girls at home, and followed him. He parked outside a place I didn't recognize at first, but as I got closer, my heart dropped. It was a gay bar. I'm not homophobic, I need that to be clear. But in that moment, I was overwhelmed. Not because of the place, but because of what it meant. Still, I walked in. The bar was loud, colorful, full of energy. People smiled at me, complimented my dress. But I wasn't there to enjoy it. I was searching. And then, I saw him. He came out of the bathroom with his shirt unbuttoned. He looked relaxed, alive, in a way I hadn't seen in years. He walked over to another man. That man looked at my husband like he was the only one in the world, and my husband looked at him the same way. They held hands. They kissed. And my heart stopped. I turned and walked out as fast as I could. My hands were shaking, my head spinning. I threw up in the parking lot, not out of disgust, but out of shock. Betrayal. Heartbreak. Everything hit me at once. All those nights I wondered what I was doing wrong. All those times I tried to fix something that wasn't broken. He just didn't want me. He wanted him. When he came home that night, I was waiting. I lost it. I screamed. I showed him the photo I took. He looked at it and said, "I can explain." I told him, "Shut the hell up. How dare you? How dare you lie to me all these years?" Hello. My name is Crystal, and recently I found out that my husband, my high school sweetheart, is gay. He didn't fight me. He didn't apologize. He didn't say much at all. He just walked out, and I was left sitting there, crying so hard I couldn't breathe. My baby girls heard everything. They were crying too. I wiped my face, walked into their room, and held them. I had to be a mother when all I wanted was to collapse. Since that night, life's been hard. I've felt thrown into a world I didn't ask for. And yeah, I'm angry. I'm heartbroken. I'm humiliated. I gave him my youth, my loyalty. I gave him children, and he gave me silence. My husband is gay, but this isn't where my story ends, because now it's my turn to choose, and I choose healing. I choose strength. I choose to raise my daughters with love, with honesty, with courage, even if I have to rebuild myself from scratch. He may have lied about who he was, but I won't lie about who I'm becoming. Jack, my husband, well, now ex-husband, is living happily with his new husband. He did apologize. For everything. For the lies. For the betrayal. For the silence. And I believe he meant it. But belief doesn't erase the pain. The pain still hits me like a wave every time I remember what we had and what we didn't. But he didn't walk out completely. He promised to stay in their lives. He said, I still want to be their father. And then he asked, not demanded, if his husband could help raise them too. And you know what? I said yes. Because no matter what happened between us, those girls are still his. And they still need him. Jack loves them. That part was never fake. And if his husband is kind, stable, supportive, why let my pain ruin their joy? My husband is gay. Yes, it hurt. Of course it did. Knowing he cheated, even with a man, still stings. I questioned everything. Was I ever enough? But now I know I'd rather see him happy and whole than waste my life trying to make his a living hell. I could have been bitter. I could have used the girls as leverage. But I'm not that woman. That kind of hate eats you alive. He has his life now, and I have mine. I'm still building, still healing, still figuring out who I am without him. But every time I see my daughters smile, I remember why I chose peace. Because they are worth more than anger, and I am worth more than heartbreak. What would you have done if the love of your life turned out to be living a lie?